Hello, teacher. Hello, classmates. Today, my group and I will talk about the history of English. So, to talk about this, we have to go to a table of contents where we are going to have the contents that we are going to talk about today, and it's about the history of English. First, we have the introduction where we have the summary, and the summary is through this work you are going to identify the different varieties of present-day English and their origins throughout history. The purpose of it is to know about the origin of English language from its antecedents, allowing us to understand its existence even more, since it's one of the most spoken languages in the world, and its practice is more important. The first topic is the history of English. So the history of English was because of the invasion of German civilizations. However, to know everything about the language, we have to look back in time because English has evolved through different generations. So everything started in the fifth century, where due to the invasion of the Germans, actually especially the Angles, the Saxons, and the Jutes invade Grand Britain, and due to that, the old Celtic was extinct, and also because of the several migrations that were from other countries. Also, due to that, we have the English had different eras. For example, Old English, Middle English, and Modern English. We are going to talk about them right now.
I'm going to tell you about the topical English. We start in the 5th century after Christ. Saxon, Ingles, and Jutes Germanic tribes came to the British island, pushed out most of the original Celtic-speaking inhabitants from England into Scotland, Wales, and Cromwell. These three tribes mixed the different Germanic dialects, forming Old English or Anglo-Saxon. In the 54 to 5th before Christ, the language spoken in England was a mixture of Latin and various Celtic language. In 597, a character that was St. Augustine, and the introduction of Christianity into Saxon, Ingle brought more Latin words in the English language of church dignitaries. 878 after Christ, the Danes and the Vikings invaded the country, and the English incorporated Norse words into the language. Words derived from Norse included sky, window, husband, take, die, and among the others. And finally, 1150, the most famous written work from the Old English period is a Eric book poem called Beowulf. In conclusion, we realize that the improving of the people that have passed through the British Island is maintained today in the English language. However, the core of the language is the Anglo-Saxon proportion of the English. Continue with my classmate.
Well, I am going to talk about the Middle English. In England, between 15th and 18th centuries, was an abrupt change for the translation of some words of the English. The Great Vowel shift was a radical change for the pronunciation, for the accent, and there were new words in the English. But at the end, all we know that the English is the principal language in England. There were three different languages used by the England. French was the language used by the elite or the top in the hierarchy. Latin was a language used by the writing letters, and American English as a vulgar and informal languages used by the middle and the lowest hierarchy. And there was the lingua franca. What is the lingua franca? The lingua franca is a language used for the communication and the negotiation between different countries that their language is different. So there is a way of communication. And all is that. Thank you.
Modern English began in the 16th century and continues to this day. It takes its pronouns and prepositions and it is Germanic and Nordical grammatical roots, ending an extensive vocabulary with Latin and French influence. Germanic language, that review in the Great Britain in the 5th century with Anglo-Saxon tribes. The Germanic language prevailed in the many of the tribes and is known today as the basis of English. William Shakespeare is considered the most influential writer of the English language. He incorporated about 2,000 words and phrases into the English language. Samuel Johnson created a dictionary of the English language in 1755, where the consonants and definition of the words of the English language are described. Industrial Revolution in England, where there were political, cultural, and technological transformations. This fact motivated the incorporation of the new lexicon. English language expansion in the 15th century with the reign of the Henry VI. Great Britain considered that the English spoken in London will be the one that will be implemented as a strength in the kingdom, especially in the high sectors of the society. The English language spans the continents Australia, parts of Africa, Canada, New Zealand, India, United States, among others. They use it as an official form without giving up their mother tongues.
Conclusion. Where we have the throughout its story, English has evolved and has become one of the most influential and spoken languages in the world today, with its roots going back to Old English, a Germanic language spoken in England. Over the years, English has been shaped by different influences such as Latin, French, and other European languages. Also during the modern period, English established itself as the dominant language in the United Kingdom and Spain, with British colonial expansion reaching North America, Africa, Australia, and many other parts of the world. Today, English is a global language used in science, science, technology, and popular culture. Its dominance is boosted by the spread of music, movies, the internet, and the movie media. The history of English, the ability of a language to adapt and transport, become a vital tool for communication and connection between people of different cultures and nationalities. Thanks.